Welcome to Rooted Planning Group. We're going to walk you through what you can expect when you work with us. Our financial planning process for Nourish Your Roots and Deepen Your Roots services. When you first start working with us, we walk you through what's called a financial audit and a fact finder. The financial audit is 4 pages of different questions. We want to know who your family is, where there might be gaps. We will then collect your financial data. But notice, we want to know about you before we start to learn about what you have. This meeting typically takes 1 to 2 hours and really is the core of your plan, because if we don't know who you are, we don't know how to plan for you. Step 2, and really our first planning meeting, we prepare what we call our dashboard summary. We look at your net worth, we look at your debt, we look at financial targets and cash flow. Generally, we also include in this meeting the employee benefit review or summary if you are still working or if you have retiree benefits. This is because many of you have free opportunities at your companies or as retirees to take advantage of different items. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, this is a sample of what you might receive from us, just a portion in that first meeting. And I should say that first planning meeting. In the next planning meetings, we will typically line them up based on what you need. So if you don't have a preference, once we get through that dashboard and employee benefit review, we then take a deep dive into tax management and planning. We'll then look at your risk management, such as your home, your auto, your liability, your health insurance, your long-term care plan, not necessarily insurance, but plan. Also, any life insurance needs that you might have. We also look at disability for those of you that are still working. We then dive into retirement planning and family services / estate planning. And finally, we wrap up with the investment planning. We specifically do this last because all of the above planning tells us what your needs are, so that we can then focus on the right investments to help you achieve your needs. So what does that look like? So meeting 2, if that's the order that you go in, or our tax planning meeting, we review your prior returns and we analyze where things might be looking at for the current year. We look at cost basis, tax loss harvesting, some tax planning for the current year, as I already mentioned, tax deductions and savings, HSA and FSA analysis. We also look at your FAFSA if you're in those early college years, and I shouldn't say in the early college years or in the college years. We also look at things like New York State STAR program or Enhanced STAR program. The risk management aspect of things is things like credit protection, life insurance, long-term care planning, disability, health insurance, pre-retiree medical analysis, and post-65, aka Medicare analysis. We look at your home, your auto, renters, anything like that, and really take a deep dive into the liability side. Retirement planning looks at projections, Social Security analysis, IRA contributions, Roth conversions. We look at your 401k. We'll look at your pension, and if you don't have one, if there's a need for an annuity. And then we really like to take a deep dive into the withdrawal strategies. You may also need family and estate planning. Are we looking at college planning analysis? Are you starting a family? Do you have legacy planning? Proactive aging plan is really important under this category, and we want to look at aging risk profiles as well as estate planning checklists. Please note, we are not attorneys, and you would need to work with your own attorney to finish up your estate plan, but we can at least walk through some of the documents you might want. Under the investment planning section, we then take a look at your portfolio allocation. And remember, I said we do this last because it gives us some idea of what you need to take for risk assessment. And then that can help us with the asset allocation recommendations if you have any concentrated concentrated stock, we can look at that. We also want to look at asset location, any fees that you're paying within the different investments that you hold, and we like to do what we call our stress test and review. The final meeting is a summary of what are the final recommendations, what final action steps are left for you to take, are there any follow-up meetings required, and if you would like to continue working with us on an ongoing basis. We hope that this has given you some idea of what it is like to work with Rooted Planning Group, and we look forward to hearing from you.